Hello everybody, this is Chris, the lottery guy, and in today's video I'm doing the Cash 3 Mississippi, the due sums list. And what I mean by the due sums means that these sums have not come up in the last year and a half in Mississippi. These are the ones that are due. Right now, why I decided to do this video, since the lottery is new in Mississippi, fairly new, it's like barely over a year and a half now. So we still have plenty of numbers that can be drawn, and we have drawn plenty of numbers. So with that being said, this went from the 1st of September of 20 to right now, 16 February of 22, today. So with that being said, these are going to be the due list. And what I've done was I printed out just the sums that has not ever been hit in this order. Remember the order. These has not come up in order. So this is what I've done. I've listed the sums. You see right here, I've listed the sums, and I've listed just the ones that have not come up at all. Excuse me. So with that being said, like the number 1 sum, we only have one of those, and then on the number 2 sum, we have very few of those. But just remember, on these lower sums and the very high sums, they do not come up as often, like between the number 1 sum and the number 9 sum. They do not come up as often, but they do come up, especially here recently. In this last week or so, we have had a lot of these smaller numbers come up. So they will come up. Don't let them fool you, they will. So that's why I'm going to try to help you guys get some of these numbers in order. And what I mean by order, these are the orders that have not showed up. How they're listed on these sheets. I have like 5 sheets of paper here. All the numbers that have not come up and the orders they have not come up in. So with that being said, that can save you a lot of money. If you are looking at 40 numbers, you might can narrow it down to 20 by looking at this list. After you do your rundown, and you get your numbers, you can take those numbers that you have and maybe figure out which order you want to place them in. You may want to place them in a different order. One of these orders that has not come up so far. So with that being said, I'm just going to go through these lists. And like I said, I've got 1 through number 9 on this sheet of paper. And if you look, even though it's been a year and a half, there is still a lot of numbers left. With that being said, with that many numbers being left, you can look at this list and pick out the ones that hasn't come up and the order they haven't come up. Like I said, if you're looking at your rundown, say over here, I'm going to show you the rundown I've done for today. This is my 646 rundown that I've done. On the previous number that come out was 401. And these are the numbers that I come up with. I had 19 sets over here on this side, which are below 10 and above 19 on this sums. So it's only 19 of those on that. And what I done was, over here on the blue side, I have 31 sets. So with that being said, if you will look at the order of number 321 on the number 6 sum. You look over here at the list, and this right here, 321, and that order has not come up yet at all, so that's good on my list. Or the 312 or the 132. So that being said, that's a good number. I can leave it alone. But if it was not in the order that I have not had yet, in other words, one that has already come up, I might want to change it. So moving around along here, I'm going to go over here on the blue side. which the blue side is going to be between the 10 and 19 on the sums. We look at this right here, number 12 sum, it's 264. I'm going to look over here on the 12 sum, 264. If you see right here, I have 264 in that order and the 462. That's the only two out of 6 that's only left in that category on that 12 sum on that one. And I just have those two together. So, with that being said, let's go to another one. 472 on the 13 sum. Okay, on the 13 sum right here, I said 472. If you look right here, 472. I do not have 472. 472 has done come up before. By looking at this list right here, I have 3 numbers right there, and there's 3 of them missing. So I need to change that number around to one of these to get the correct, maybe to get the incorrect order. That's what I would be hoping for, because the 472 right there is already come up in that order. And I look over here at my list, 472 is not on my list, so it means I need to change 472 to maybe one of these numbers. That way I will hit it exact. Right now, folks, this is going to be probably a good opportunity to pay attention to these that has not come up yet, because with that being said, the ones that have not come up so far, that will give you an opportunity to double down. And what I mean by doubling down, you might can look at your more popular numbers that's coming out here recently have been in the low numbers. So if you look at the low number over here of, say, 341, it's the 8 sum. Look over here, 341. Do not have it in 341. That means I only have it in these three orders. So, to get it exact, I would want to change that number around to one of these numbers, or all 3, if I was betting a lot of money on that. So that being said, that's what I'm talking about, where you have it wrote down on your rundown list, because I just write mine down randomly, and then look at this list right here and say, hey, I'm going to do it, put it where this right here has not come up exact. You might want to put $2 or $3 on there, be worth an opportunity to win $1,000 or $1,500. So that's why I'm doing this video, is to give everybody an opportunity to maybe start doing some doubling down. And that way you can take and pick some of your orders where the numbers already come out and where it's due to come up. These sums are due to come up. So right here, I'm going to show you this page 1. Page 2 is going to be your 10 sum. And these are all the numbers that have not come up so far. If you look at this right here, on this 820, 802, 280, 208, none of those have shown up. So that's a pretty cold number on that. But it may be time for one of those to pop up. They haven't done it so far, so maybe time. On this number 11 sum, these are all the ones that have not shown up yet. Number 12. Okay. We'll move along here. Number 13 here lately in Mississippi has been probably the most popular number. And if you look at this number 13 list on the sum, you'll see that there's a lot of those are missing. A lot of those are gone because they've already hit. So number 13 is very popular. If I was going to bet on number 13 throughout the rest of this year, I would pick some of these numbers right here that has not failed yet in these orders. Number 13 is your biggest number that showed up. I thought 14 would have been it, but 13 has been it in Mississippi. So 13, all these are here numbers in 13. If you're betting on number 13, these have not shown up yet. Number 14 some. Number 15 some. Number 16 some. All these numbers have not showed up. You look right here, that's 961. All 6 of those, that is a very cold number, but it's due for one of those to hit. That's why I'm calling this the due list. Number 17 some. These are all those. And it lets you know, right here, like on this 890, none of those 6 have hit. That's the only way they can go is in those 6 directions on that 890, and none of those are hit. So that kind of lets you know that those have been cold. Okay, number 18 some. Those have hit pretty good on those. Okay, then we're going to get over here on the number 19 some. And these are the numbers that have not showed up in this orders. Okay, then what I was telling you guys earlier, your numbers is going to be below 10 some and above 19. They don't show up as often. So that's where we're getting to now. We're getting up in the high numbers. Okay, if you look right here, the number 20 some on those, there's not a lot of those that showed up. And the 21 some, not all those have showed up. So you still have a lot of these numbers still out there. 24 some, 25 some, 26 some. You still have a lot of those numbers still out there right now. So your hot numbers is going to be, in between 10 and 19. All your numbers in between 10 and 19 is going to be your hottest numbers right here. This is my list on my 646 on my rundown today. These are my hot numbers, and these are my colder numbers. But in Mississippi, this last week and a half, they have been hitting more on this below 10 and above 19 some. Mostly on the low numbers. So with that being said, until they flop back over to hitting mostly in the blue numbers, where they're in the hot numbers between 10 and 19, I would kind of be a little bit careful on that right now, because they may stay a little bit longer in the orange. I do not know for sure. But I hope that everyone likes this video. I'm going to list in the description link the Cash 3 Mississippi due sums list. And put that in there, and it's going to be in the description link. And if you guys want to go on there and print that off, you can do that. Go in there and click on that, and you can take and put it on your computer and print it off on your printer. So I hope everyone likes this video. If you will, please like and subscribe, and thank you very much.